Shall we start, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, all. I welcome you all. I'm Dr. Kritika Tikwani, Assistant Professor at Nirvan University, Jaipur. I welcome you all on the third day of Global Conference. This conference is based on innovation practices in multidisciplinary research for the global and sustainable development, challenges, opportunities, and approaches. This conference is organized by Indian Institute of Material Management in association with Banach University, Romania, Global Foundation for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, in social media partner with Nirvan University, Jaipur. This is the third day of the global conference. In the session, continuous session of the keynote session, our today's keynote speaker is Mr. S.K. Sharma, sir. Welcome, sir. Sharma, sir, having more than 32 years of experience in supply chain and logistics in auto and engineering industry with compare like Punjab Tractors, Messrs Swaraj, and Punjab Anand Batteries. In his last profession assignment, he was designated as a head supplier in Punjab Tractors. Sir is also member founder of Supply Chain Apex Body in India. Sir has also rose to the highest post of National President of Indian Institute of Materials Management from 2005 to 2007. Sir is also a chairman of Training Cell of Indian Institute of Materials Management. Sir has participated in many seminars and international conferences at Switzerland, England, USA, and many countries. Sir had attended various training programs on inventory management at IIM Ahmedabad, which is the one of the renowned Institute of Management. Sir has organized numerous training programs in supply chain management. So in today's session, Sir will give the keynote session for our audience. So welcome, sir. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kritika, for giving me my introduction. And first of all, I will thank the organizers, especially Dr. Ravi Kumar Goyal ji, Mr. Purushottam Khandelwal ji, Mr. Alok Kumar Singh ji, and no doubt Dr. Kritika for giving me the support and giving me the opportunity to participate in such a, you can say, group of elite academicians and professionals. So, friends, good morning. All the participants are good morning. My topic of the day is supply chain and logistic management, its importance in improving profitability of the organization. So, I think 2 years back, nobody was knowing it supply chain, except few working professionals who are working in materials management, logistic management, and supply management. But when this COVID came in 2020, and everything came to the halt, not only in the country, but at the world level, global level. So the crisis came, and the rescue, who has come forward for the rescue of the society? That is the supply chain. And this supply chain has proved the arrangements, the delivery, the procurement of all the essential commodities, then required commodities like sanitizers, masks, PP kits, and other medicines, oxygens. And when the second wave came and we could not visualize the total demand, then a lot of sufferings we have faced and a lot of casualties we have seen in our country. So still, now this supply chain has become a more familiar to the society in the country. Our worthy Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has used these terms in his addresses number of times, and our Finance Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman ji, has also shared this word supply chain while presenting his financial budget for the country. So this supply chain is not a new phenomenon. Earlier, it was in different functions of the materials management, but we can find this store management and other things during the time of Vedas. You remember that there was a caste system in Vedas, and you will find some caste bhandaris and kotharis, and those are responsible for managing the, you can say, stores and warehouses management at that time. And after that, you can say this system in 1904, in our villages, barter system was there. And during this evolution, we have seen in the manufacturing industry that one function is the purchase, another function is the store management, another is the inventory management, transportation, and so many different departments were working for ensuring the uninterrupted supply to the organization. And once this has been realized, that to avoid all these type of duplicities and to avoid the delays and ensuring timely delivery to the end customers, why not to integrate all these functions which are working together under one window system and responsible one person that will be called materials manager. And this was integrated all these functions into MM. And still in government sectors, PSUs, these departments were integrated and they are being treated as a MM department. When experts and professionals have seen the advantages by this integration, they have started thinking process that why not to integrate all the functions inside the factory and outside the factory. That means right from the supplier and to the customer end. And this integration has brought, you can say, a new name, that is a supply chain management. Next slide, please, Dr. Kritika.
Yes, sir. Is it visible, sir?
No, it is on the second slide. Third, events in SEM.
Now, sir, is it visible?
No.
Okay. No issue, sir. I'm sharing it again. No issue.
Okay.
Is it visible now, sir?
Visible, but we have to move to the next slide. Yeah.
Sir,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see from all these evaluation in SEM, yeah, how things have been improved from one barter system to today's total supply chain system and logistic management. And these are the gradual evolution of supply chain in the world. Then question comes, who are the top SE leaders in supply chain? Next slide. So you can find Apple, Nokia, Dell, Procter & Gamble, IBM, Walmart, Toyota, so and so. And recently, with the help of technology, the Asian Paint has emerged one of the finest, one of the efficient, effective supply chain in the country. So next. The concept, what brought this supply chain. Earlier, it was, you can say, manufacturing based. Now, in this supply chain, it is based on the consumer. The total supply chain management is focused on the customer satisfaction and customer service. How to deliver goods to the customer and how to make him satisfied and how to make him delighted. So what then they have streamlining all the operations. Now it has become vendor and to the customer end. And what we are talking about the customer delight. For one of the question is the customer satisfaction. When we are meeting the expectation of our customers, so that is a customer satisfaction. And when we are able to deliver more than his expectations, he is delighted. He becomes our ambassador. And mind it, any company, whether it is in the manufacturing or in the service sector, why they are in the business? Definitely, without any doubt, they want to earn the profits. And how they will able to earn the profits? When they will be able to attract the customers, not by attracting the customers, but by retaining the customers. So customer is the main focus in the total supply chain concept. And when customers are delighted, so they become your ambassador, they you recommend your name, your brand, your company, and so on. You are going to expand and able to earn more revenues, more profits. So when you are streamlining all these things in a proper way, then there is a possibility. The topic of the day is how to increase this profitability of the organization with the help of supply chain management. So potential is there, a good potential from 15 to 40%. We can add profitability to the organization with the help of effective supply chain. Next. What is the definition of the supply chain? The process of planning, implementing, and controlling the efficient and effective flow of storage of goods, services, and related information from point of origin. What is that point of origin? Vendors, vendor end. Then producing, that is the value addition, and delivering products and service to the point of consumption. That means the ultimate end consumer for the purpose of conforming to the customer requirement. The last 2-3 words, purpose of conforming to the customer requirement, whole thing is lying here. Every company, every manufacturing, maybe a service industry is doing all his efforts how to meet their requirement of the customers. So focus is only and only customer. Next 2 slides. And another supply chain and logistics. Next, logistic. Here we have to understand what is the difference between the supply chain and logistic management. If we will see the definition of logistic, please go back. If we see the definition of the logistic is the process of planning, implementing, and controlling the efficient, effective flow and storage of goods, services, and related information from point of origin to the point of consumption for the purpose of conforming to the customer requirement. So what is the difference? If we see the definition of supply chain and if we see the definition of logistic, it seems to be the same. So what is the difference? So logistic, I just want to clarify, the logistic binds successive suppliers and customers together from one end to the another end. So these type of so many bindings, when they come together, such logistic channel makes one supply chain for one company. Mind it, in one company, there will be only supply chain. There can be a different logistic channels of the different suppliers and the dealers, distributors, and retailers. Next. So by going through all these definitions of supply chain and logistic management, if we have to find out what were the links of the supply chain. So starting from the customer, a retailer, dealer and distributor, manufacturer, supplier, and sub-supplier, starting from the origin and delivering it the end customer who is our consumer. That is the links. And if you find in any chain, if any of the link is weak, your supply chain cannot be strong, it cannot be effective. And in today's scenario, when the competition is very, very tough, and if any link is weak, then you cannot compete with your competitors. Next. So again, if we see the process view of the supply chain, it is just like a loop, starts with the customer and ends with the customers. If you see all these companies in today's scenario, whether it is the e-commerce companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Walmart, or you can say service provider like Ola, Uber, or other you can say Lenskart. Everyone is there to scale up their business by meeting the expectations, by giving the service to the customers, and then they are going to get you can say full business, and they are expanding like anything. So starts with the customers and with these customers. Customers could be your internal as well as the external. Then we are working in an industry. So when production people are manufacturing anything, they are the customer of quality, because they have to produce the items, products as per the specification given by the design department. And if they are not able to meet, the quality department can reject all those things. Similarly, purchase department, materials department, store department, they are again customer to the production, because they have to feed the material as per the production schedule, so that they can produce without any delay. So similarly, when it goes to outside the factory, so your distributor, your dealer, and again your retailer and end customers are your customers. Next. Next, the customer delight. I have already shared what is this customer delight. To develop mechanism to understand the customer needs. First of all, we have to understand the customer needs. And to understand that, we have to understand total mechanism that can give us the full feedback, full information about our customers, so that we can produce, we can make effective mechanism to satisfy that customer, to deliver the goods to that customers. To set standards for the customer service after conducting customer survey and benchmarking for the competitors, and you feel nowadays the price is one of the consideration, but more about the quality and the delivery. Pizza, they are saying that we will be able to deliver you the pizza within half an hour. And if we are not able to give within half an hour, this pizza will be free for you. So delivery has become very, very important nowadays. So all these e-commerce companies, next slide you will see that how the things have improved. And then here again, cycle view of the SCM. Cycle 1, procurement between supplier to the manufacturer. Cycle 2, manufacturing from manufacturer to the distributor. Third, from distributor to the retailer, and ultimately within this cycle, who is in the center? That is the end customer. Everybody in the chain is trying to serve the customer in such a manner that he should not have any grievances, he should not have any complaint. Next, please. Next. So here you will find from this slide that customers are driving supply chains. You will see the attribution, stock availability, delivery frequency, order to deliver lead time, time delivery slot, and supply chain inventory. So stock availability from 90%, 1985 to 2008, 99.9% in food and drink industry. Delivery frequency, automobile, the people are getting deliveries 3 times a day for each and every shift. They are getting the supplies and able to control the inventories, and the concept of Toyota has given just in time, that is being trying by these companies to maintain that JIT. Orders to delivery lead time from 72 hours to 6 hours in food and drink. Timely delivery slot, retail on time. Once you have given the order, the customer wants that delivery should be given immediately. So companies are struggling. Supply chain inventories for 4 weeks, they have come reduced to the 0.5 weeks. This type of reduction, this type of, you can say, reduction in each every thing, like you can say delivery time, your cost, then you can say supply chain inventories, all these things will be able to reduce the cost, and that will add to the profitability of the organization. Next, in such a scenario, survival of the fittest will be there. There is a stiff competition between one supply chain to the another supply chain. For example, in automobile sector, the Maruti is having a competition from Honda, Toyota, Honoury. Similarly, Asian Paints versus Indigo Paints, Berger and Nerolac Paints. Similarly, in electronics, Samsung versus LG. So you won't find that there will be a stiff competition. If you want to capture the market share, I want to expand your market share, you have to ensure that every link of your supply chain should be strong, and you should be able to compete. And those who are not able to perform, those who are not able to update, adopt new technology and adopt new mantra of supply chain, you will find number of industries which has been wiped out from the industrial map of the country. Number of examples can be given for this. So for your survival, you have to ensure that your supply chain should be enough strong. Next. So it is next. These suppliers, distributors, retailers, then your vendors, sub-vendors, they are making a very good supply chain network. So SCM is a process of examining everything from the need of the customers and a network of manufacturers, supplier and supplier's supplier on one hand, and customer on the other hand. And what is the motive of that? Uninterrupted flow of information, goods, services, and cash among all the participants is necessary for the effectiveness of this this network. And what type of uninterruption is required in flow? Again, see, before goods or before product, we have given emphasis on information. Information is very, very crucial and important in any effective supply chain. Information is a both-way traffic, incoming and outgoing. And with the help of technology, we are able to take so many advantages of all these things, and information flow has become very, very effective. And one of the things I generally share with my participants and my colleagues, what is that thing which becomes very fast obsolete? And answer comes, the information is that which becomes very, very fast obsolete. Suppose you are seeing a cricket match and you are seeing that that India and Sri Lanka, they are playing your cricket match, and at 10, 15, 20, when we are going to share the participate in this lecture, the score was, you can say 100 against 1 or 2 wickets. But once your lecture is over and you are again switch on your TV to see at 11 a.m. that things have been changed. Your whole team has been out and the match has been tilted in another favor. Similarly, whatever the information related to the materials, stores, purchase, demand forecasting, demand fluctuation, if we are not acting fast on these information, these information will become obsolete. So what is the need of the day? We have to act very fast and very accurate on these informations so that our decision could be very, you can say, accurate, and we could be able to deliver to the customers after processing, analyzing their feedback. A second is information, then product flow from suppliers and to the manufacturing unit, then through dealers, retailers, to the end customers. Again, question comes, it again depends upon the company to company, how long supply chain they want to maintain. For example, Dell has come a model from B2C. All dealer, retailer, they have eliminated to make it effective. But again, it depends on the strategy of a particular company, what type of strategy they want to adopt and how long or how short they want to make a supply chain in their company. Then third is the flow of cash. The cash cycle is also very important. And the companies who are maintaining shortest cash cycle, they are earning huge profits for their organization. Next, please. So this is the networking, SCM networking from supplier into the customer end, and S2 is a supplier, sub-supplier, main supplier, M is a manufacturer, dealer, retailer, and end user. And from one end to the another end, if you see one supplier to the one retailer, that is the one channel, and all these channels become a SCM, supply chain networking. So now question comes, what is the scope of SCM? First of all, basic thing is the demand forecasting or demand identification. Identification the need of the customers, and accordingly you have to develop your product. In today's scenario, it is very important to gauge the mood of the customer, and if we are able to gauge that mood of the customer in a correct and accurate manner, we will be able to give them a solution or a product or a service in a very effective way. Then once you have designed your product or a service, mode of service, then you have to create a network of your suppliers. And for that, you have to ensure that they should have the same thinking as your company is having. If you are conscious about the quality, if you are conscious about the fast delivery, then those suppliers should be selected, those who are in a position to match speed with you and quality with you, and you can say adaptability of the technology as per the desire of the main company. Then you have to develop your, you can say, process of the production, manufacturing, and then you have to ensure the total quality management. The companies are coming very, very, you can say, forward, and latest Six Sigma factor, which you have already listened yesterday when Mr. Panigrahi was sharing with you. So quality consciousness is very, very essential. Then inbound logistic and outbound logistic. Inbound logistic is coming from, you can say, suppliers end, and outbound logistic, whatever you are supplying and dispatching to your dealers and end customers. Then order fulfillment is very, very important. It is a, you can say, one of the key performance indicator, that how much service level you are maintaining for your customers. So all these parameters ultimately leading towards the customer satisfaction. Last but not least, reverse logistic. What is this reverse logistic? Whatever the empty bins, empty trolleys, stands, whatever is coming, one is factor is that in the reverse logistic. A second is all your warranties, all your defective components on the field from the customers, all complaints, all, you can say, grievances of the customers. That is a part of the reverse logistic, and this should be taken care properly and properly analyzed by the design department, purchase department, manufacturing department, so that corrective steps should be immediately taken to reduce this reverse logistic. This is, you can say, one of the factor which can, you can say, annoy your customers, and it can increase your cost. Next. So if we say how many flows are in the management of supply chain, so we'll find flow of information, flow of cash, and flow of material. We have to ensure that all these three things should be without any interruptions. And if we are able to maintain all these things and able to coordinate these things between the information between the suppliers, between the dealers, between the customers, and we are able to act upon on those information, so we'll be able to maintain the flow of material as well as the flow of cash. All these three flows are very, very important, and we have to ensure that these flows should be maintained and managed without any interruptions. Next. So what are the facilities? You can say, what are the main drivers of the supply chain? Here we can say facilities, inventories, transportation, information, sourcing, pricing, and no doubt nowadays the technology. So if we have to see where are our weaknesses and how fast and how you can say accurate we can drive our supply chain by giving all consideration on the inventories, all facilities, even on the transportation. Sometimes logistic is being misunderstood that it is a transportation. Transportation is one of the, you can say, activity of the logistic management. And again, inventory management, information sharing, sourcing, pricing, all these things are also a part of the logistic management, which I have already clarified in my second and third slides. So again, sometimes we say the pricing, you have seen in the retail industry that there is a advertisement in the newspaper, then you will get 50% discount, 60% discount, and you will get one free against one. So these are the attractions for the customers so that they can visit the showrooms, to the, you can say, factories for purchasing all these things. So that supply chain is being driven by the pricing. But all things are not being driven only this one factor. All drivers are able to move the supply chain in an effective way. Next. Next. Next, please.
Is it feasible, sir? Visibility slide?
Feature of SCM.
Slide, sir. Yes, sir.
So here we are going to discuss the features. The focus should be on the flow of information. If your information is wrong and you are not able to deliver this information on a very faster mode, then you will not be able to deliver the goods or a service to your end customers. So main thing is that how you can focus on the flow of information. Then how are your processes, whether it's a manufacturing process, quality control process, delivery process, everything, every process should be soundproof and effective. And you have to ensure that these processes should be upgraded from time to time after getting the feedback from all concerned, so that your processes should not have any flaws. And mind it, the manufacturing companies, especially in automobile, they are ensuring that their suppliers should have a very good processes so that there should be a zero defect in their supplies. The zero defect has become very, very important nowadays. And our Ministry of SME, this Make in India promotion slogan given by our worthy Prime Minister, is again given a one certification for the industry that is called JET. JET means zero effect and zero defect. They want to develop their industries, their processes in such a way that there should not be any defect which will lead towards the Six Sigma, wherein we can say part per million defect should be there, and there should not be any effect on the environment. So here again, to make it effective and you can say friendly with the society, we should have focus on the all our processes. Then all type of reductions, wastages are the, you can say, losses for your company. So you have to ensure, first you have to diagnose where are the wastages, what type of wastages our processes are generating, and how we can reduce. First is the reduction, and second motto should be elimination. That your reduction or elimination in the wastages should be there, so that you can get the maximum from your revenue or profit from your operations. Collaboration, this has become very, very important. Without collaboration, you are not able to achieve or defeat your competitors. So collaboration between your suppliers, collaboration with your all the stakeholders, collaboration with your dealers, distributor has become very, very important. Delivery, I have already said, the delivery is very, very important. Nowadays, customer is not in a position to wait because in the market, so many competitors are there. If you are not able to deliver, they can go to another manufacturer, another, you can say, company. So to retain your customers, to retain your market share, delivery is very, very important nowadays. And again, the delivery, when we say cost, delivery, and you can say quality, QCD, but consistency in QCD is very, very important. And for that, for becoming cost competitiveness, your CRE, cost reduction engineering, should be there. Because the topic of the day is that how we can get more profitability for our organization. Next, please. Inventory visibility. To reduce our inventory, inventory control is one of the best, you can say, tool in the industry for the reduction and for, you can say, reducing your cost and your time. So that inventory visibility with your total supply chain is very, very important. Customer delight, we have already discussed. Again, different companies are adopting different strategies. Some companies are adopting push, and some companies are adopting pull strategies to beat the competition. And everybody is making efforts how to reduce the cycle time of their processes. And this, due to this volatility and this to create and develop SEM agility, we have to improve flexibility so that we should be in a position to respond to the market according to the changes, circumstances, changes, conditions. So this type of flexibility is very, very important. Your organization should be in such a fashion that your agility, you mean that you should be in a position to meet the requirement of the customer in a changed environment, in a, you can say, changed conditions. Next, visibility of demand and inventory through the chain reduces one, uncertainty, save a lot of time, save a lot of money, adding to your kitty, profitability is coming because you have eliminated all type of wastages, or you can say all type of doubts, bullwhip effect, by creating visibility in your supply chain partners. Next. Sem synchronization. This synchronization, I've already shared. Collaboration is very, very important. The collaboration and visibility. These are the two major factors which are the, you can say, synchronization recipe. And this is not good only for the manufacturer, good not only for the main company. It is good for the all chain partners. Collaboration is required in designing the product, planning, developing the processes, cost reduction exercise, and formation of cross-functional team for better result. When we will work in collaboration with each other, when there will be a, you can say, visibility in our systems, so our result will be there. Otherwise, if we are, you can say, based on certain flimsy grounds, we are working, result will not be that much effective in our processes. So collaboration, when we are having win-win situation with our vendors, when we are taking care of their needs and requirement, so they are also ensuring that they should be able to deliver the goods on time, and they should be able to deliver the goods as per the specification, as per the standards given by, you can say, your main manufacturing company. So if you want to develop a network of your suppliers, good sourcing network, then you have to collaborate on each and every front. May it be a manufacturing processes, may it be a quality control exercises, and even sourcing of your suppliers, from where they are getting the materials. So you have to see all these things, and then again, development processes like Kaizen and other things can be, you can say, started and initiated at your vendor level on your initiative. So that there can be a cost reduction exercises, quality improvement exercises, and then we can make a formation of cross-functional teams so that better results can be achieved. Next. So collaborative SEM. What is important if we are able to share the right type of information at the right time? The sharing of the information is very, very important. And again, we have not to focus on activity cost. We have to ensure that total supply chain cost, how it can be controlled. And for that, we have to develop a system that will create a platform where the cooperation is there and where is the coordination is there, where is the collaboration is there. We can say 3C in our supply chain approach: collaboration, cooperation, and coordination. These 3C's are very, very important for creating a very effective collaboration with your suppliers and dealers and distributors. Then I already explained that it should be with your all supply chain partners. Then collaborative planning and forecasting requirement, the CPFR is very, very, you can say, popular in FMCG sector. And then you have to share the risks and rewards. It should be a win-win situation. It is not that if I am getting more profits, I should not share it with my vendors. I am getting more profit, I should not share it with my dealers and distributors. And I believe only in giving punishment to my vendors if they are not able to supply the material on time. That should not be my thinking. My thinking that the risks, the rewards, everything will be shared with my all supply chain partners. Next. So again, what is important? We have to identify our core competencies. Where I am the best. Where I am the best, I have to focus on those competencies. I have to focus on those areas. And where I am not the best, we have to find out the best so that we can outsource those assignments, those work to those experts companies. This is called outsourcing. So that, again, it is a part of the collaborative SCM. So when we are finding out a better our supply chain partners who can perform this type of things, for example, the transportation. Every company is not having its own transport fleet. So they are trying to find out a transport fleet which could give them a better service, timely deliveries, without any losses, at a competitive price. Similarly, warehousing. Nowadays, 3PL, 4PL. What is the 3PL, 4PL? Third party logistic service provider, fourth party logistic service provider. Even it has come to 5th, 6th, and 7th PL. This has come because companies are focusing only and only on their core competencies. Whatever the other activities are required, they are trying to identify the experts in those areas, and then they outsource all those activities to those companies. And then it makes a very good supply chain. And again, collaborative SCM should be flexible, responsive. Responsive means that you are able to meet the requirement of the customers received from the market, and agile responses to changing and competitive with the business environment. So you cannot say when you are dealing all in these things that we were not mentally prepared, it was not informed to us. Sometimes in old days, the professionals used to say that this was not told to us earlier. We have been informed that this much material will be required and this much material is required from the market. But all of a sudden, the change has come in the production schedule, change has come in the market schedule, market planning. So these type of changes are expected. And this has become matter of the, privileges for us that we are able to meet these type of uncertainties. We have already given you the example of second wave, third wave, and the first wave. First wave, we were just unaware. Again, we are able to meet the, emergencies requirement of the situation. In second wave, when the things were, not forecasted in a proper way, we were facing the shortage of oxygens, and people were dying because of the shortage of oxygens. And when we have developed all these things, and in the third wave, nothing was required, and everything was in plenty. So we have to see this type of situation. And second, recently, this Ukraine and Russia war, again, the things have become very, very uncertain, and pressure is on again on the petroleum products and all other, you can say, supplies, because we are interdependent. Each country is dependent on each other. So these supplies are again becoming, and you can say the things are becoming costlier. Prices are rising. So such type of certainties will not come by telling in advance. We have to see that if such things comes, any, you can say, changes or any, you can say, response comes from the market, you have to bear and you have to deliver according to the requirement of the market. Next. Again, for collaboration, you have to maintain the very good supplier relation management. And you have to develop strategic supplier alliances. One of the example I can give you from my previous company. Punjab Tractor used to get engines. Engines is one of the major, you can say, sub-assembly in a tractor from Kirloskar, Pune. And the lead time from Kirloskar, Pune to the Mohali near Chandigarh, almost 12 to 15 days. 12 to 15 days. And again, a lot of freight has to be paid for the transportation. I mean, one trailer generally used to become 18 engines. Then strategic partnership alliances has been signed between Punjab Tractor and Kirloskar. Why not to have an engine plant at Mohali itself? So by creating a, you can say, partnership, they have developed engine plant in Mohali, and the total distance to delivery time from 12 to 15 days has been reduced to the only half an hour. That was the, you can say, master stroke in this strategic supplier alliances. Similarly, Maruti has developed so many this type of strategic alliances in Delhi, NCR. So these type of supplier alliances, strategic supplier alliances, are able to reduce your delivery time, your cost, and your, you can say, the risk and you can say damages during the transit. And it can help you in producing and responding to the market requirement according to the expectation of the customers. Then collaborative design. This is again a very important factor. So again, it is very important. The companies are together making designs to meet the requirement of the customer. In FMCG industries, suppose in any mall or any, you can say, department stores, Hindustan Unilever or ITC, they are themselves deputing their persons to replenishment the inventories in the showroom so that the customers should not get stock nil on the shelf. So they are deputing on-site supplier representatives in manufacturing units also, in you can say departmental center also. Next. So delivery, use of dedicated services is required for delivering this, you can say, last mile delivery is very, very important nowadays, especially in, you can say, e-commerce. So companies are taking enough steps, establishing small warehouses, big warehouses, and big vehicles, small vehicles according to their requirements, and they are creating their network of transportation in such a fashion that deliveries can be given in a very shortest time and any nook and corner of the city. So this type of, you can say, things can be created with the dedication and with the help of 3PL and 4PL for fast delivery services from your own warehouses or your warehouses managed by your outsourced partners. Next. So for, you can say, enhancing your profitability, the cost reduction engineering is very, very important. Already said, you should focus on your core competency, and then again, who are the best for other activities should be given to them. So wherever you are the best, focus on that and outsource the rest to the other persons who are the expert in those areas. Vendor performance rating and vendor rationalization. Those who are not able to perform should be motivated to upgrade, and if they are not able to upgrade, shunt them from your team so that your supply chain team should not be weak, and find out the new players who can match with your speed, with your competencies, with your skills, with your expectations. Another important factor for cost reduction engineering is the spend analysis and your global sourcing. Spend analysis means where you are spending more focus on those things so that you can take corrective actions. Generally, 80% spending is from the 20% items. So you should focus on those such expenditures, how this can be reduced so that your profitability can be enhanced. You should not, you can say, focus on this item wise. Rather, this item should be converted into the commodities, and you should start focusing on the commodities for the better price negotiation and better, you can say, competitive, to bring the competitive cost. Reduction in every processes, maybe internal lead time, external lead time, or your processes, cash cycle should be reduced, should be there. Then standardization and variety reduction. This is one of the very old, you can say, concept in your inventory system, in warehousing, and your final product, which can give you the better result in the cost reduction. Next, please. Value analysis and value engineering. This is very, very important. And by introducing all this wave, lot of, you can say, new ideas can come, and you can reduce the total processes and the cost. Next, please. So this slides how we can improve profitability through effective supply chain. So once we are saying reduction in all type of rejections, I will give you one example. Suppose one company is having a turnover of rupees 1 CR, and their annual profit is 10%. So during this 1 year, they are going to earn 10 lakhs from the 1 crore sales. Now they want to increase the 20% profit margin for the next years. That means they want to increase the sale profit from 10 lakh to 12 lakh. What are the options available with us? One is to increase the volume of the sale from 1 CR to 1.20 CR, which may not be, you can say, find feasible. Second, to increase your selling price. In such a competitive market, when you are not able to compete with your product competitors, and if all of a sudden you increase the price, you may not find the same response from the market because others are selling those things at a better price, at a reduced price. So third option is how to reduce the cost of your supply chain, your product, by reducing your rejections, wastages, by getting the things at a better price, by reducing your inventories. If you are able to reduce only rupees 2 lakh from your operations, from your cost, so that means your profitability will be enhanced from the 10% to 12%. So with the reduction of all these things, with the reduction of 2% in 2 lakh in your supply chain operations, you are able to increase your profitability of more, which you can get from the sale of 20 lakhs. That your saving of 2 lakh is equivalent to your sale of 20 lakhs. It shows that how we can, you can say, improve our profitability by reducing the overall cost in our supply chain operations. And there are the number of, you can say, points are written in the slides: cost effective buying, cost effective finance, effective inventory control, flexibility in sourcing solutions, protection against risk, agility to make better contingency plans, finding the best value for money through automation and digitization. So these are the areas where we can reduce the cost and improve the profitability of the organization. And what are the top 10 SEM concerns where we have to work very hard? Inventory management and planning, demand management and forecasting, supply chain network optimization, supply chain segmentations, training and development, supply chain risk management, sales and operating planning, performance improvements in warehouses and RCCs, materials purchases, price reductions, and green supply chains. Next, please. What are the emerging trends? Strategic sourcing. This second is the SCM digitization. This has become very, very, you can say, essential nowadays. And this digitization is bringing revolution in the industry. And Industry 4 revolution, you must have heard, has come, and it depends again on the need of that particular industry, how much digitization is required for that particular industries. And it will definitely help in reducing the supply chain cost and improving the productivity of the company. Again, outsourcing is becoming very, you can say, very, very important nowadays. Then VMI, that is vendor managed inventories. Here inventories are being managed by whom? By your vendors. You have not to worry about your inventories. You just give orders to your vendors, and they will ensure the vendor, they will maintain the inventory levels given by you and ensure uninterrupted flow of materials. DOL, this is applicable in automobile industries, because DOL certificate can be given to those who are producing defect-free components, defect-free products. So these will reduce the time of inspections, going to the warehouse, keeping more inventories, and you can say similarly what is required on production line, that is being procured and given directly to the online. So for sharing the transportation cost, milk run is a concept where it can reduce the cost. So this is all from my side. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. And if anybody is having any question, he can ask. I will try to answer. Thank you.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for
Thank you,
nice
Mr.
presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any question?
Thank you so much, Sharma sir. It was a nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. It's
Good morning,
really
sir.
interesting and
Good morning,
relevant.
Sharma ji. Very nice presentation.
Thank you, Minaji. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Yes.
Rightly
you.
covered all the subjects in your presentation, and we enjoyed it at your session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
सर नमस्ते
Namaste ji.
शर्मा सर नमस्ते
Thank you.
बहुत अच्छी प्रेजेंटेशन सर रियली नाइस
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning,
Any
Sharma ji.
question?
Sharma ji, I have one question.
Haji, please.
Sir, we are semiconductor shortage is hampering automobile companies these days. And on the other side, we are talking of GIT. Had these companies stocked these semiconductors earlier, the situation could have been better. So what do you think? GIT is still successful in today's scenario, or it requires a rethinking?
If you see, very interesting question. If you see that, I will say that in first outset, I will say that JIT is still, you can say, applicable and should be introduced where it can be implemented. Second, the shortage of this semiconductor. You can imagine that during this corona, we have started facing the shortage of this semiconductor. If one want to store, or you can say build inventory of this semiconductor, how much you can build for a company? At least for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. But this shortage is, you can say, coming up for the last 1.5 years. So, kitni inventory aap rakh sakoge? It means this type of uncertainties comes. Earlier, tsunami came. Then the thinking came into the manufacturers that we should not have plant in one country. They have started making one plant in China, another in Japan, or another countries. Now this shortage of this semiconductor came. The now different number of companies like Vedanta and you can say different countries have started focusing. Why not to create more manufacturing source for this type of semiconductors? So any eventuality, any you can say unexpected situation again gives a new thinking. Ultimately, if you see that during this corona, the dealers were having too much cars in their stocks. When this corona came, their operations came to halt. They could not sell cars and they have suffered huge losses. When the situation improves, they have started keeping, you can say, low inventory in their showrooms. The situation will come, situation will face, and according to the requirement, according to the prevailing condition, you have to decide where it can be applied, where it cannot be applied. And where you have not built up the stocks and some production losses you have suffered, you have to take some corrective action, not at the factory level, but at the nation level, at the global level.
Thank you, Sharma ji. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Can I add something to this, sir, if you don't mind?
Please go ahead.
Sir, I think the supply chain risk management is about this, what Professor Sanjeev Gupta has talked about. Because in supply chain management risk, we are going to, tackle all these vulnerabilities which we are facing right now. So generally, in supply chain, you have something called like backup suppliers. If in one area the supply is hampered, maybe you can use the another backup plan which you already have to tackle these kind of situations. So I think there the supply chain risk management plays the vital role. I suppose this is what I.
You are right, but there is the supply chain risk management we could not maintain in semiconductors. And again, the thinking is not at the in a particular company, not in India only. It is all over the world.
True,
So this has given us a lesson, and people, countries, and your companies are coming forward for the finding out this type of risk management, and they will find out the solutions.
Absolutely.
So nothing can be predictable for future.
True.
So nobody was able to predict that Ukraine and Russia war will be there, and nobody is able to predict what will happen in the next week. So when such situation comes, nobody able to predict this COVID. So we have to act accordingly and very swiftly. At one time during this COVID, masks were not available, sanitizers were not available, PPT kit was not being produced in India. But when situation came over suppliers, over you can say supply chain companies or manufacturers, they really proved very, you can say, effective, and they ensure uninterrupted supply of all these things within a very short span of time.
Absolutely.
So what we are talking about the agility. तो ठीक है, कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन आएगी जहां हम नहीं फेस कर पाएंगे, but very shortly we will come out of all these problems.
True, sir. Yes. 3M has done that. Yes.
Now, Sharma ji, you rightly said, आवश्यकता आविष्कार की जननी है. You might be remembering actually when Cochrane experiment done by India for our nuclear power. So many sanctions were imposed on India by America and other countries. So we developed our own cryogenic engine. So that is the area actually we have to see. We have to put more efforts on our inner R&Ds. We should develop our own actually certain products which are actually not available because of certain circumstances, or sometimes there is a monopoly of that particular country. Earlier situation arises to us because of this is a monopoly of one particular country. This is the way actually the GIT will remain. GIT will succeed, but we have to maintain the alternate source of supplies. I think we should put an efforts on these areas.
Maybe you are absolutely right. Anybody else?
Right, sir. I think all questions has been taken. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I want to know last question, sir. Because of existing conflicts between Ukraine and Russia, is there any planning for India to control such inflation in near future?
Actually, every country is having some buffers in their country to control such situation. But when any situation goes behind those, you can say, anticipated time limits, then again pressure will come on your country and every country. So, for example, somebody was, you can say that we should keep more inventory of, you can say, oil products, or you can say semiconductor. One can imagine how much inventory we can keep for our consumption. Where there is a mass production, and you can say mass requirement, how much you can store. And then again, a cost of the storage also. And then you need more, you can say, space or facilities for storage of such things. So if such type of things are not prolonging for a long time, so it will come to end. Russia is also facing the same heat. The countries are also, NATO countries are also facing the same heat. When everybody is facing the heat, I very much confident and hopeful that this situation and solution will come out, and this inflation and other things will be taken care.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful presentation on issues, qualities related to the supply chain management. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite Ms. Ayuna for sharing her presentation. To welcome her, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Ravi Kumar Goyal to please welcome on behalf of all the organizing team to Ms. Ayuna, and then she can start the presentation.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. So good morning, everyone. Welcome in this global conference and award summit. I would like to welcome my colleague and my close friend, Ms. Ayuna from Romania, for her presentation. I do remember the concert and dinner which you hosted at Timisoara, Romania 2 years back.
Yes, I'm very happy that you enjoyed.
Same here. So now we can move ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So thank you to all of you. My name is Ioana Bălan. I'm an associate professor at the Banat University and Veterinary Medicine King Michael I from Romania, Timișoara. And I'm the head of food security and quality management discipline. And please let me present my paperwork. So our paperwork, it's named Metabolic Food Waste as Food Insecurity Factor, Causes and Prevention. The authors are myself, also Emanuela Diana German, Ioan Brad, the Dean of Faculty, and Associate Remus German. All of us are from Faculty of Management and Rural Tourism, as I told you before, from Banat University of Agricultural Sciences and Veterinary Medicine King Michael I from Romania, from Timișoara. So first of all, I want to present this term metabolic food waste. It was first described in 2016 by some Italian authors, Mauro Serafini and Elisabetta Totti. This represents the unnecessary ecological cost due to an excessive consumption of food leading to obesity. Also can be used as an indicator for the amount of food that is consumed, about the nutritional requirement and the impact of our overconsumption on the environment. Overconsumption as food waste was presented first of this in 2006 in Canada by Václav Smil, professor. Also, Barilla Center for Food and Nutrition in 2012 attacked this problem. And as I told you before, in 2016, Serafini and Totti, authors, present this new term of metabolic food waste. The aim of our study was, first of all, to identify the causes of overconsumption. Also, to identify at least one method of prevention of metabolic food waste. Our working hypotheses were the main, first of all, it was the main reason of overconsumption leading to obesity is the lack of nutritional education of the consumers. We can say that informing and education consumers about their physiological food needs and also in choosing healthy and sustainable food products can have a major impact in reducing and the occurrence of food waste in the form of excessive consumptions. Material and method used, it was in our paperwork we wanted to analyze and review some important literature. So
we elaborate figure, on a pyramid, food pyramid, based on is our adaptation on based on a figure elaborated by FAO, who which based initially on idea on Samuel Manhart. So due to this figure, we can say that our daily needs is consist by 6 servings daily of beverages, 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, 4 servings of bread, cereals, of course, 3 dairy products, plus 1 meat or fish or eggs, and also servings of fat and oil, and 1 serving of extras as sweet, fatty snacks, and alcohol. Just think of your own daily meals and look if it is healthy or not. So in our research results, we observed that changes in human nutrition in the 20th century and beyond increase in daily calorie intake. So this generate the obesity pandemic. It's very obvious that in the last 41 years, the prevalence of obesity as a globally level was tripled. So in United States, the overweight population is more than 35%, and in European Union, more than half of population, almost 53% are overweight and obese. So this is a very, very important problem, and we have to think about this. So in our first part of paperwork, we present overconsumption as a food waste. So as I told you before, we analyzed this, those researchers that I presented. Also, the global impact of metabolic food waste can be relevated with this idea. The Europe, North, and Oceania are almost more than 50% of total metabolic food waste all over the world. So only this those 2 regions. Causes of overconsumption. For sure, these causes are overeating. So this generate overweight and obesity both to adult and children. Factor of leading the overeating we group it in 4 main categories: global factor, which is generate the overconsumption; societal factor. It's this new trend, you know, the consumerism. Everybody wants to have more products. Also, individual factors determined by the final consumer, their food choices and their food preferences, and also their dietary pattern. The third one, it's individual factors. Can be lack of education, knowledge regarding the individual energy needs. Now, in our society, just few people are part of this research methods to prevent overconsumption. We established the most efficient way to address prevention to metabolic food waste is to understand that the issue is overconsumption, and also the effect will be health problems, environmental damage, and also, of course, moral issues. So I want to conclude this research. These causes of overconsumption are global factors, societal factors, individual factors. In my opinion, this is the main important causes. Individual factors consist in lack of knowledge, lack of awareness when consuming food, lack of control over the choices, personal preferences, attitudes toward food waste, and mental health, sometimes mental health determinations. The method to prevent overconsumption, in our opinion, the main one is education of the young generation. So our children have to be oriented to nutritional education. Of course, we as an adult can be re-education, re-educated, let's see from this point of view, but the future is have to be oriented to our kids, to new generation who needs a better nutritional education. So we want to declare that we don't wish to attack any individual that it suffer from overweight or obesity due to genetic factor or other health issue. We want just to draw the attention to the ethical consumption. The food waste, it's in generally can be also be analyzed as a form of selfishness. So in the meantime that we make studies and make researchers, a lot of people from poor countries are suffering of famine, are a lot of kids are dying of hunger. We see all in the news, a lot of situation like this, and in the meantime, our kids and we ourselves we throw off our food, and in a point of view, and also we are eating too much food. And I want to underline the idea that only 100 years ago, the humans needs eat at just 1,000 kilocalories on day. Now, usually we are eating 1,500 kilocalories on each day. So more than 50% we increase this food consumption. And after that, of course, we want to follow several programs to lose our weight, to be a normal and healthy person. So it's another resources, and to lose food from some other people. So our problem, our society problem, it's in my opinion, in our opinion, it's this metabolic food waste as a selfish attitude, and we have to think twice when we when we are eating some food that we are not needed, we are not hungry, but we are eating just because we have a bad behavior. So thank you very much for your attention, and I want to invite you to ask me if you have some questions. Thank you.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hello, Miss Luana. It's really a good, it's really a good session, and really a good overview about the metabolic food and all. See, as you mentioned, all obesity regarding overeating and all, and my point just related to some junk food. So what would you say regarding the junk food in India? Nowadays we are seeing a lot of junk food is being served in, and our new generation is getting towards tend to eat and demand for that junk food. So how we overcome, or how we control that kind of thing?
Yeah, thank you for this question. This problem, as you let me to make a confession to you, it's my family problem. I have 2 kids, and my kids are all the time eating as you said, this junk food, and I'm trying to almost to fight with them because this is an individual factor, as I told you before. So this we have to control our personal preferences. So maybe you like it, or maybe let's talk about my kids because I don't want to offend anybody. So maybe my kids prefer to eat some I don't know, some junk food, and they are eating a lot of time. But the key, the solution of this is the education. So we have to understand that regarding our health, it's not normal. It's not normal to eat 50% more energy that we needed. So the attitude of food have to be very responsible and have to be educated in our new generation. This individual factors, as I told you before, it's consists by lack of knowledge. This is our opinion. Also, lack of awareness when consuming food, lack of control over food choices. And this is a new generation problem. Personal preferences, as I mentioned it, and also attitude toward food waste. The mental health determinants, it's in my opinion, it's just a few in a few situations, few causes, but the problem we have to resolve due to education. This is the solution in our times, and we have the instruments, we have the tools to do it. We just have to apply it. Including my dean, who is our dean, who is co-author of this paper, starting to suggest to the high schools and the primary schools make some informal session with the kids, and try to explain them that the food metabolic food waste can be a problem to their healthy, not only to the society. Of course, the main problem, or in our opinion, the main problem is the society, because of the environmental impact. It's huge. But, every kids have to understand, and every human person have to understand that this overconsumption will affect, sooner or later, will affect his own health. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It is nicely
Thank you.
explained. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now we can move ahead. Yeah, thank you everyone.